stupid mother... Hello and welcome to another installment of the Kickout prediction videos. I'm of course Daragh Maher and this is Dave Cullen. This is our TakeOver Brooklyn 3 prediction video. This is a small card, but an important one nonetheless.
I can't help but be in a good mood right now. I'm sorry.
Dave
listen.
is extending his lead. I don't like the fact that I won every prediction before we started doing this league, and since it happened, I haven't
You had
won
a
one
streak.
yet.
I have a streak.
Yeah.
It's simple as that.
Your streak is just taking on, starting at the wrong time.
Pretty
for
much,
me.
yeah.
For
It's
me.
a bit early though. That's all I'm saying.
It is early. This weekend's hugely
It's a
important,
huge
not
weekend.
just with NXT, but also with WWE SummerSlam as well. With the huge card that SummerSlam
This is really
has.
the make or break one. Really,
Yeah.
like so.
Yeah, we will have our SummerSlam prediction video out tomorrow as well, which will have all the matches on the card too. As you can see here at the bottom, this is the current score. Dave is racing ahead at the moment. His G1 predictions were almost on point completely. Almost. I got a few points in there, but nowhere near as good as I thought.
Decider was Naito getting
Yeah.
it over Omega, which was a
It
fantastic
was
match,
Naito.
by the way.
It was a great match. The
Yeah.
whole tournament in general was fantastic.
Yeah, I loved it. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Like, you know, some great surprises. Like Nagata was like performance after performance.
Mhm.
Evil had a great tournament. Fantastic tournament actually. Bad
Yeah.
Luck Fale had a good tournament. Zack
Yeah.
Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
had like as well as that, and some phenomenal matches from like
and some
Ibushi,
good
Tanahashi.
angles being set up now for possibly Wrestle Kingdom now
Absolutely,
as well.
yeah.
But we will get more about that into the show probably this week. But this is just predictions, and we're going to start with the first match on the NXT TakeOver card, and that is Johnny Gargano versus Cien Almas. Now, recently Cien Almas has been sort of the cannon fodder for debuting NXT superstars at pay-per-views. You think of Aleister Black, and previously before that was, who was it beforehand? Drew McIntyre as well.
Yeah.
So another debut, well, not so much debut, but Johnny Gargano making a singles debut at a pay-per-view.
Bobby Roode as well, actually.
Bobby Roode as well, yes, you're right. So Johnny Gargano, Cien Almas, who do you have and why?
See, even though Almas seems to have like he has a heater, which I think he really needs in what's her name, Zelinga Varga, and that's very good for him, and it could make him a difference, and it could give him that push now that he needs now in NXT. That said, Johnny Gargano, like, you know, rather excited to see how it goes as a singles competitor, and in a way, this is a sort of match where, you know, Almas can still push him, even though Gargano is known and beloved in NXT. This is his chance now to be as a singles competitor. So I can't see Gargano losing this match. So Gargano by submission.
Gargano by submission. Okay, I feel you mentioned it. Selena Vega is going to have a big say in this match.
She will be part of the match. There's no question about that.
She's already helped Almas in previous matches. She has seemed to got his head straight now that he's performing and winning matches now as well. I feel out of both of them, who needs to win more? I would probably say Almas. I think either way, Gargano is so over with the crowd that having a loss won't hurt him that much. I feel Almas has been on a bit of a losing streak when it comes to pay-per-views and takeovers, so I think this is where he's going to stop the Raw. I think thanks to Vega, she's going to do something that obviously I'm going to say probably like a Cien Almas roll-up win.
I see what you mean.
For pinfall, and that will start the night.
See, for your reasons, I think Gargano is going to win because he needs it more. Like, in my opinion,
I don't think he does.
Almas could be in a position where, you know, it could just be like a bit of a turning point, which could make him even more ferocious later on. Doesn't mean it has to happen straight away in this match. It's still early days with Vega and Almas during the match. Gargano as a singles competitor though needs it more, especially in the back of this is his first Brooklyn, or his first takeover since the Ciampa betrayal. So for that reason, I think he'll win it. So that's just me.
That's fair. Moving on to the next match on the card, that's Aleister Black and Hideo Itami. This is a real sort of pick 'em match, you could say.
It's a really tough match to pick for me now.
I feel that, especially with the conference call that Triple H had actually just on Wednesday night, he mentioned Aleister Black saying there is no ceiling to his potential. I feel that they are building him and building him and building him more. He will eventually be NXT champion.
He's my favourite NXT guy at the moment.
So, I don't think they're going to break that momentum right now, so I feel he is going to beat Hideo Itami, and he will win by pinfall after a black mass kick.
I agree. That's exactly what I would think he'll win. I think it'll be a very competitive match. It'll be by far. Although we've seen Aleister Black have some competitive matches on NXT, like so Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah. Well, we mentioned how Almas has been the guy that has been there for debuting NXT superstars on takeovers. The last couple of weeks, Aleister Black has been like that on NXT for the likes of Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. In those cases, though, he won both matches, so I think that's the difference there. That he is on such a hot streak. I can't see him stopping it against Hideo Itami.
It's Hideo Itami has that hot streak now, as a heel, which could be a huge difference in his game now. So, or certainly the way he will go after Black in this match. So,
he's 10 times better as a heel, I feel.
Oh, you're right.
He is 10 times better as a heel.
He was like that. It was better days, I think, in Japan where as a heel, as far as I'm aware now. When he was in Pro Wrestling Noah, he was their champion over there at one stage as well. He was a junior heavyweight for most of his career, which is back then was more unheard of. Like now, it's more common with Kenny Omega and all them pushing up, but back then it was not common at all.
Moving on then to the NXT Tag Team titles, it's the Authors of Pain, I should say. Akam and Razar against Sanity, Killian Dane and Alistair Wolf, with a whole host of people at ringside, including Nikki Cross, Eric Young, and Paul Ellering. Dave, your prediction, please.
I have a feeling this could be it for AOP.
Okay.
And not just because, and for a lot of reasons. There's rumours that they could be pushed after to the main roster after this match. So, or after this card, like if there's a superstar shakeup, which we haven't heard much details of as of late. But
I think it's gone quiet the last couple of weeks for sure. There was a lot of news around it. I'd say about a month ago.
And it was spread more as a rumour, but I'll keep it alive at the same time. And I just don't see another team that has been as threatening to AOP than Sanity.
The thing is with other teams against AOP is they never had the numbers. Paul Ellering was always that extra there. But now with Sanity, they have not just Eric Young, but also Nikki Cross.
Even though when it was, I think it was the WrestleMania takeover in Orlando, when it was the Revival against DIY, and it was basically the two teams against AOP.
The triple threat.
Pretty much, yeah. So it made no difference whatsoever. So so I think this is it. I think we're going to have new champions. I think I'm going to pick Killian Dean pinning Razor to win the titles.
Okay. I agree with you in terms of the result. I do think Sanity are going to win. I think the numbers game is going to be too much for AOP. I did predict at the start of the year that at one point Sanity will hold all belts in NXT. That prediction can still come true, and I think they're going to start with the NXT titles this weekend. AOP, I think it's time for them to lose. They haven't lost yet. And they seem to be the face for this one as well. And I think a loss will help them in terms of getting over with the crowd.
Do you think they're turning face, actually?
I think just in this...
They're getting a bit of a pop lately.
In this rivalry, they are naturally just becoming faces.
They're more the protagonists, if you like. Yeah.
And I feel that them losing will help prolong this feud for a little longer, because to be honest, there is no other tag teams at the moment. So this have Sanity as the champs, AOP against them, coming after them for the next little while. I think it works best. I'm going to have Killian Dean pinning, but I think he's going to pin Akam.
That's exactly what I picked.
I think you thought Razar.
Sorry, I meant Akam. Sorry, my apologies. Sorry, I take it back.
I can never tell the difference between both of them either, so it's fine.
Isn't
No, don't even try and justify it.
No, anyway, Dean and again pinning Akam, not Razor. My apologies.
Okay, so moving on to the women's championship match. That is Asuka against Ember Moon. Asuka also still undefeated, the longest reigning champion in NXT history.
Yep.
Also with the longest win streak as well, beating Goldberg's a couple of months ago. It's all there. Ember Moon has never had a one-on-one match with her.
She has.
For the title, no, she hasn't.
Yeah, she has. She lost. Remember the one where she was?
Oh, she did. You're right. Sorry, my apologies. She did. But yes. So we'll just get into it. Ember Moon or Asuka, who's going home with the belt?
The streak is going to be over.
Ooh.
Ember Moon's going to be new champion. Asuka's been a phenomenal champion, but there's never been a woman that has had threatened Asuka like this. It's similar to Sanity over AOP. And the way they confront each other lately, she's more than capable of beating Asuka. Asuka's getting too cocky. She's too much of a heel now. This is it. This is too perfect of a time now.
Okay. Now you did mention getting pushed up afterwards. You think Asuka could be someone that could get
most
pushed
definitely.
up?
Most definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like if she uses the title, there's a good chance she could be going to the main roster, unless she stays maybe for another few months and they have like a rubber match at the Survivor Series one. So
it's a fair point. It's a fair point. I agree. I did sweat over this match a little bit as well. Not sweat, but just trying to think over this. Who was going to win?
To me, it seems academic now.
Yeah, but still, it's still Asuka. No matter what you think, it's still Asuka.
Yeah.
You know, she's been the most dominant woman in NXT.
But the way she's been booked has made sense to me when you look back at it, though. So at this point, it makes sense that she loses.
Yeah.
Especially now that she's completed the streak.
This is their show. Triple H has said that this is their WrestleMania. So if this is their WrestleMania, then to wrap things up, this is the perfect time to do it.
And here's the thing. Goldberg, who lost his streak in the biggest show WCW had in Starrcade.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
So I'm going for an Ember Moon pinfall after the senton spinning stunner.
The Eclipse,
yes, but I like saying senton spinning stunner because it just sounds more impressive. Anyway, into the main event. Bobby Roode versus Drew McIntyre, NXT Championship on the line. Bobby Roode has had his problems in the last couple of weeks with Roderick Strong. We saw on NXT this week that Roderick Strong could not be. Well, actually, I'm not too sure because he did technically attack Roderick Strong first on NXT. And then he went after Drew McIntyre. So I don't know if that still counts as a loss for Roderick Strong. I'm not sure. We'll get into it more in the show anyway. But anyway, it is a one-on-one match. Roderick Strong is not going to be involved in this like I thought last week.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they turned it into a triple threat. But it's Bobby Roode, Drew McIntyre. I'll go first with this one. I believe Bobby Roode's retaining. I think it's... I know they want to push Drew McIntyre as the main face of the company, which he should be because he's fantastic. I don't know. I think there's still life left in Bobby Roode's title reign, and I think it'll be better for him to keep it for a little longer. Maybe lose it at Survivor Series, but I think he's definitely gonna keep hold of it. He's gonna win by pinfall after the glorious DDT.
I think that as much as I'd love to see Drew McIntyre become champion, I feel Roderick Strong will still have a difference in this match, but I will accidentally cost McIntyre the title and Roodes will retain.
Oh, so you think it's going to be outside interference?
Of course. He has to still be involved. Like especially if Roderick Strong isn't involved in his cards.
Yeah. Well, I do feel like if it's not in this match, Roderick Strong will get involved again, and I feel that it could end up leading to a triple threat at one stage between all these three guys.
Or even he doesn't even have to get involved in the match. It could be William Regal or security, whoever, trying to push him away from it, and this distracts McIntyre and Roode takes advantage. One of those things
could possibly do it as well. Yeah. We don't see a lot of stuff like that on NXT main events though. In terms of in their takeover shows, it seems to be that they just stick with the one-on-one and they don't have any outside interference. Maybe it is time to include some of that though.
Yeah,
we'll see. But anyway, that is our takeover predictions for Brooklyn. Let us know in the comments if you agree with our predictions or if you disagree with our predictions. And don't forget to like and subscribe to The Kickout on YouTube and on various other media platforms like Facebook and Twitter.
Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/KickoutWrestling and on Twitter at The Kickout Live.
Yep.
And all our good podcasting providers to be able to find the show up on that every Saturday.
And also, if you want to follow us on our own personal Twitter accounts, we are also there too. I am at Mars Bar, and he is at at
Dave
Dave Bandana. You'll see them just right there as well. And also make sure to tune in for our SummerSlam video that will be up on Saturday, and the show also every Saturday afternoon between 3 and 5 p.m. Also available on podcasts on iTunes and Podbeam and various other podcasting websites. Anyway, enjoy NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. I'm Daragh. That was Dave. Have a good weekend.